What's up, everybody? Welcome to the History Hyenas. I'm Chrissy D with Yanni P,
a.k.a. Cuties with Smellies, a.k.a. True Blue Gays.
And we're here with Zach Isis Face, White Bardo, White Wasp Church. Can't make it, probably because...
He had a dirt bike convention he had to go to with that rat tail from last week.
Yeah, that, and he fucking probably purging somewhere.
Yo, he has a legit... His barber played a joke on him, White Wasp, Bardo Church, and left him with a rat tail. If you listen to last week, I wish we should have took a picture of it.
Look, I took a picture of it.
You did?
Looking at the back of his head was nauseating.
It
was, but it's like, what kind of barber plays a trick on you like that? What I would have punched I would actually fist fight my barber.
Yeah.
But that's why barbers got to start lifting weights, because people take advantage of them.
That's the type of stuff that you can get away with if you're kind of from a higher echelon of society, and it's funny. And it's also a little cultural, you know?
Right.
Like if you did that to some Ridgewood kids and you fucked up their hair, something's happening maybe to you and your family.
You can't fuck up their hair, especially on a weekend.
Yeah.
Nah, I can't do it.
And if you do that in a black barbershop, there's going to be a fucking World Star Hip Hop video where you're getting knocked out. You can't fuck up a black dude's hair.
Yo, do we have the picture of this hyena on camera right now, Zach, or no?
You know what I was thinking when I was looking at it?
It's disgusting.
While the song was playing, I was looking at that going thinking my old adage, the thing I first thought when I started being fascinated with hyenas is, how can there be a God and that thing on that screen simultaneously? Look at that fucking animal.
Look at how disgusting. First of all, its teeth are fucking filthy. Okay? It's got razor sharp teeth, and then in the front, for no fucking reason, it has the teeth of a 3-year-old boy.
It does.
Why does it have baby teeth in the front?
Because those teeth don't matter, because look at those big boys right next to him that do all the chewing and crushing of bone. This animal pulverizes bone like bombs in buildings. It is like a demolition crew in its face.
And then it throws it up and eats it again.
Yeah.
Like a fucking vacuum cleaner. And it's disgusting. Just Google right now, if you're driving, whatever, pull over. Just Google right now any picture of a hyena, and I guarantee you'll throw up your last meal. They're hideous.
Specifically, try to Google a picture of a hyena attacking or with its mouth open.
Ugh.
Because, look at those choppers, cuz.
It's disgusting. I mean, and its tongue is all black. Look at its tongue. It looks like it was just licking ass.
Yeah, it is. Spotted hyenas are fucking wild.
But you guys are hyenas. We want to give a special shout out to one hyena who went above and beyond for us this weekend.
Dare I call him the queen matriarch hyena of all time? At this point, he's the queen. He's the queen fucking pseudo penis.
I was going to say, at this point, we're going to give... His name is Rafael DeLuca. Yannis and I talked about it, and Zach Isis talked about it. We want to give you the honorary pseudo penis for today's episode. Each week, if you guys go above and beyond and you show your true hyena loyalty, whether you're on patreon.com /BayRidgeBoys, being a part of our community, or just sending us things, you will get the honorary pseudo penis of the week. So Rafael DeLuca, congratulations. You, my friend, have gotten the pseudo penis of the week. He made a song for us. I believe he's a DJ or a sound engineer. He made a song for us, and it had me laughing to the point. Yannis told me last week, he said that I don't laugh enough.
Sounds like you were at the dentist.
Yeah.
You were laughing like you just got gas.
I was hysterical. I actually had to hang up the phone on Yannis because I was hysterical laughing / crying.
You sounded like a schoolgirl, cuz.
Yeah.
Part of me was going like, from last episode, I was like, maybe Chris is trans, cuz you sounded like a schoolgirl.
You think I had a tough
You're
back?
a fucking wild kid.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we call this History Hyenas.
Yeah.
Because there's no better example of a goddamn ruleless hyena than you.
Than me, right?
The way you look and the way you giggle, juxtaposing those two things in my brain on the phone last night, I sounded like I was on the phone with a 6-year-old schoolgirl. I mean, you were cackling in a high-pitched voice.
I know, dude. I couldn't even speak. I was laughing so hard.
Did you have a fucking wife beater on, or were you just fucking letting your two different tits flop around?
Yeah, no, I had the wife beater on, but my right one was insecure, but my left nipple always hangs out of the side of my wife beater.
Like an anteater.
My left nipple is right underneath my armpit.
When me and Chris first started hanging in the Ridge when he moved there, and I saw his tits.
Yeah.
Now, this is not an exaggeration. This is why I'm telling you he is a hyena bad. Not just hyena, he's bad.
Yeah.
He has two different tits.
Yep.
He was born with two different tits.
I got two different tits.
And broken feet.
Yeah.
It looks like you owed somebody money and they put your feet in a vice.
Yeah.
And that's what the consequence for not having the money.
My feet are backwards.
Yeah.
And my right chest looks like a normal man's chest, and then my left chest looks like a 9-year-old girl.
It looks
like a prepubescent girl.
It actually looks like the nose of an anteater. It
Yeah.
hangs off.
Yeah.
It hangs down. It points down like it's trying to sniff for bugs.
Google anteater, and then just put that image in your head and realize there's a man walking around the streets of the United States with that on his chest.
With one tit that looks like that. And the actual nipples are 2 different nipples.
Yeah.
It looks like you had somebody else's nipple sewed onto one of you. It's 2 different nipples,
I got 2 different nips.
How did that happen?
Because I don't know. When I was a kid, they thought that I actually had an enlarged heart because I had 2 different tits. And like one of them, so that I went to all these different medical professionals, and one of them was like, oh, it's, it could be a heart problem. And the other one was like, oh, it's your bone in your chest. I just get chest x-rays to make sure, but my heart was fine. And then one guy was like, yeah, the one doctor was like, he's just got a little extra adipose tissue. It's called. I just have a little more fat. And because I am out of shape, when I'm in shape, it doesn't look as bad. I always have a little bit of nipple flab, no matter what. There's always, every time I'm running, when I stop, my left nipple jiggles for a couple of bounces. That's never going to go away unless I get reconstructive breast surgery.
Yeah.
But it's my heart is fine. It's extra nipple fat that I've always had my whole life.
Well, they didn't know what they were looking for. That's the problem. That's why they misdiagnosed you.
Because what they should have been looking for is
they could be like, this kid's a hyena. That there's nothing we could do about that. This kid's different. He's going to be ruleless. He's going to be lawless. He's just a fucking wild kid.
Because not once did they ever ask me to take down my pants, and if they would have shown pseudo penis.
Pseudo penis. And you know what? Before we go on to Rafael DeLuca, we got to celebrate something, cuz.
What are we going to celebrate?
Smoothies.
Oh yeah, smoothies.
Because smoothies. Smoothies have really changed your life a little bit.
A little bit.
Since you were introduced to smoothies and we became 2 official cuties with smoothies.
Cuties with smoothies. CWSs.
Your pre-diabetes
is gone. Thank.
Yes!
Last time I got blood work last year, I was 5.7 A1C, which is if you guys know is pre-diabetic, so is concern. And then just 8 short months later, from switching from saturated fats and sugars to just smoothies. Anytime I get a sugar craving, instead of having a black and white cookie or a Twinkie, I say, smoothie. And now I'm proud to say my A1C 5.3, cuzzo.
That's fucking amazing.
Yep, not even in the it's not even considered. It's not even, my doctor was like, it's not even worth talking about right now. It's just it's normal.
Dude, you got to attribute a lot of that to smoothies.
It's no, all of it to smoothie. The only thing that's still high is my cholesterol because of Pete's. But I can't. We both spoke like we can't live in a world without Pete's.
I've given you good advice, but if you go by Pete's, I say so be it.
Yeah.
That's not. I'm not going to say, look, the kid died young. I'm going to say the kid died eating Pete's.
Yeah.
So if Pete's takes you down, I mean, how can anyone live without eating pizza?
I don't think you can. I mean, and if you're someone who eats like gluten-free pizza, I think you should be put in jail.
It's not Pete's. Yeah.
Do you eat gluten-free pizza, Zachy Isis? What do you guys eat when you're in the caliphate?
Anything
Besides
wrapped in pita bread.
Yeah. Anything. So you could eat pizza in the caliphate. Yeah, but you wouldn't. You would eat pita with hummus.
I was gonna say with hummus.
Your hummus and
has to be halal though.
and gay men's toes.
It's got to be halal. Yeah, whatever infidel they put in the pita.
Yeah.
On whatever.
As long as the sheikh prays on it, it's good.
All right. Well, let me ask you. So if you guys, because I know like you want to just like take down Western society and like have our blood run through the streets and all that and make America the caliphate. If you did that, would you destroy the pizzerias or would you keep them?
That's a good question. I'd probably keep them, but halal pizza from now on. Everything has to be halal.
And what does halal mean? Just prayed upon?
Yeah, it's prayed upon before.
Jews and Muslims have that in common. To fucking
do you think
pray upon this.
Is it possible? Is it possible, like through your like connections and like, have you ever heard of anyone going on a jihad and their last meal being a pizza?
I've never heard.
Pizza.
I wouldn't doubt it.
You wouldn't doubt it. All right. Yeah. Well, if you tap your sources and let us know,
dude. I would not doubt that.
Yeah.
Pizza has really transcended Italy. Pizza is the most popular food
in the world.
In the fucking world.
If aliens came and visited this planet, I'm telling you, if as a race of just human beings, the city that we would bring them to, and this is really not debatable, the city that they would choose to have the meeting with the aliens in is New York, and the food they would serve them is pizza. That's just what it is.
That's how you would enter them into a global. This is our global human society.
This is the food of our universe.
This
right
is
here.
We're as a human family. Pizza is our food,
and this is the city.
Yeah,
but yo,
I just want to say quick shout out. I know we probably well before that we probably got a lot of black people listening to this.
Yes,
black people love me and you, cuz.
Yeah, they do.
We're honorary. We're not only honorary gays.
Yeah,
we're fucking honorary mobs too.
We're honorary mobbed out.
We're mobbed out bad. And listen, I hope you get inspired by Chrissy's story because look, I grew up around a lot of mobs. You grew up a lot of mobs. Yeah. I love mobs. A lot of mobs have problems with diabetes.
Absolutely, big problem.
Switch to become Cuties with smoothies.
It's hard though for black guys sometimes to come in and order a raspberry smoothie. I come in and I just, me, I suck it up. I'll be in a good mood, and I'll usually say, I'll usually get what I'll do is I'll usually get 2 small smoothies, because I'll say that they're both for my daughter. That's what I'll say. I'll say one for now, one for later, and then that's usually how I get away with it. So that's a trick. That's a trick for any of those guys who want to get healthy and don't want to order smoothie in public. Just say it's for your daughter.
Boom. There you go.
That's what I do.
You heard it right there from the man whose life has been changed. Listen, I know blacks love fucking sweets.
They do love sweets.
They love sweets, and they like sweet drinks. Yes. Especially like when they drink alcohol, they like sweet drinks.
Yeah.
Look, you like sweets? Fruit is sweet.
Yeah. And natural sugar.
Natural sugar, so it's still sugar, but it's good for you, cuz not only are we history hyenas bad, we care about people on this podcast.
Absolutely.
And we want to turn the world into one big global community of peace where people are holding smoothies. That's right.
So yeah, and if you're a real cutie with the smoothie, don't forget to send us a picture of your smoothie, tag at the Bay Ridge Boys or DM it to me or Yannis, and post up your pictures on patreon.com/Bay Ridge Boys. All right, but right now I just want to play, it's a 2-minute song, but I really just think it's worth it because I laugh so fucking hard that it's worth it. I want to play the song that Raphael DeLuca, who's an honorary True Blue gay.
Well, you're the honorary matriarch.
Yeah,
because you got different tits. One's an anteater.
Absolutely.
And you're fucking wild.
Yeah.
But Raphael DeLuca came in.
Yeah.
And he stole your pseudo penis.
Yeah, and he's the PPW pseudo penis of the week. Oh, I love it.
I was cracking up too.
I'll tell you what. Starts to get good.
Have you heard this, Zach?
Not yet.
What are you? I don't know. What are you? I don't know. What are you? I don't know.
I think we are first.
TPG, True Blue Dad.
I would say that's 1.5. What are we? Yeah.
Number 1 first?
Number 1 before.
Straight white males?
I think that's 1.25.
1.25.
What are we first?
Fucking, the first, we're wild.
That's 1/10.
1/10.
I'll give you a hint.
What?
It starts with a C.
Oh! I know what it is. And we're CWS's. Cuties with
I'm a puss.
I'm a puss. You're good. We have no idea what the fuck we're doing.
You got a nice beat.
If I walked past one Southern bakery, if I just saw one nice piece of Southern puss that showed any interest, I was getting dessert. I mean, you can hang me, but to be honest with you, I don't want to live in a world where I can eat chocolate cakes or fucking bang cat checks.
All you gotta be is wild. If you're wild, then you're a Bay Ridge boy. That's it. Just live wild.
The Bay Ridge Boys, Yannis Pappas, Chris and Stefano, we're a couple of cuties with smoothies. Where am I? In the mountains? No. Bay fucking Ridge, cuzzo.
TPG's only, cuzzy. At the end of the day, first, I think we're cuties with smoothies.
Yo, you're a good-looking kid.
You too.
You really are. When you take your glasses off, you look a little fucked up, but when you got your glasses on...
Fucking wild!
What are you? I don't know. What are you? What are you? I don't know. Cuties with smoothies.
Yeah.
Yes, Raphael DeLuca. Thank you so much. I mean, dude.
I hope they bump that in the fucking clubs.
Oh God, I was fucking cackling.
Yeah, I want to go to like one of those trans parties, and then they play that.
Well,
that would be dope.
Let me ask you this: maybe you're gonna play it at your wedding.
Yes.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Today's episode's about the history of weddings.
Weddings.
Because Yanni Papi is getting married. What a fucking idiot.
Much like our trans episode.
Yep.
What we found is marriage has always been around. It's always been a thing. It's not like a concept that was invented in the 16th century, 18th century, 20th century. It's just since there's been man, they've needed some type of ceremony to get two people together to make fucking people.
Okay, but here's what I'll say. From, researching it and stuff, I understood marriage back in the medieval times, or even before that, like, times of like the Druids and all that. I understood only knew the people in your village. You knew 20 people. You weren't going to leave because if you walk past, the tree line, you're going to get eaten by, stray wolves or hyenas. So I got like why you need to marry someone. I really understood. It's like for dominance and keep your money together. And you just don't know anyone. You knew the people in your village. You got to marry someone. It's fine. But now in 2018, unless it's your soulmate, I mean, I just don't understand it anymore. I don't understand marriage. I don't understand the concept of marriage in present day. I just don't get it in present day America.
I get it.
I don't know why you want to do it.
Well, first of all,
why do you want to do it?
Women want to do it.
Women want to do it
because it's definitely their day to be a princess, and I think that's why the weddings of Queen Victoria, and then later in the 21st century, Princess Diana,
Princess Di,
and these weddings in the Western world, you saw booms happen after these weddings in the business of weddings and wedding planners and wedding venues and all the ancillary businesses that have grown around the fucking a party. It's basically a party.
That's what it is. It's a $60,000 party.
It's a $60,000 party.
So like, okay.
If you're from Long Island, it's your second bat mitzvah.
Bat mitzvah. Yeah. So I guess so with me. So what
Sweet 16.
What I think about though with it is like okay, so $60,000. Say like that's like the rough estimate of it. So it's like you do that, but it's like people say, oh, but it's like a magical day, but it's still $60,000 for one fucking day of your life that statistically is not going to work out.
It's
you have
hard
a 50% chance of losing and just flush that $60K down the toilet. 50%.
This is hard to justify if you have a man's brain.
Yeah.
If you have a man's brain, it's hard to justify. I got to admit, it's just hard to justify. Here you can really see the different gender roles in our psychology. Because men are just like, look, whatever, we go as long as we can in modern day. Back in the day, guys were actually seeking to get married. Instead of tribes would raid other tribes to go fucking wife hunting. Be like, I'm going to steal one of these girls. Women had no choice. Consent only really became a thing with some pope who was like, hey, these marriages need consent in Rome, but before that, it was just like, I'm going to steal this woman and make her my wife. Basically, she's going to cook for me. She's going to make my babies and be a slave. It was a real patriarchal. It was a real patriarchal institution. Yeah. And basically making women your family slaves. Which, you know what? Maybe they were onto something.
Maybe. Well, I think, you know what? I don't think there's any, and again, I don't think there's a problem with it, but I don't think there's any, should be no shock to anyone and no surprise that as soon as women started getting, fighting for their rights and fighting to be equals, which is great and they should be, the decline in marriage happens and marriages don't work because the only way it's really going to work is if one person is fucking controlling the other person. Because if you both level-headed smart people and you're both in control, why the fuck would you want to give each other to only each other for your whole life? Why would you do that willingly?
It's
one of them's against their will, and that's when they used to work.
It's definitely not natural. Nature's not nature. Look, we're a history podcast, we're a nature podcast. Let's talk nature for a second.
Okay, let's talk nature.
It's not fair.
It's not fair.
Nature's not fair.
No.
And
no.
I can understand being a woman. Like there comes guys are always sniffing out puss.
That's what I'm never gonna as long as I have a nose, I'm gonna sniff a puss. As long as I have this cute little snout, I'm gonna fucking sniff a pus.
That's the way we're programmed by the simulators. We're programmed for the simulators to spread the seed. In case there's a war or a famine, we have to have something in us that motivates us to make more babies.
Yeah, and that's puss.
And that's why guys have that promiscuous thing in there. It's not just society. Listen, you new wave progressive people.
Yeah.
It's fucking evolutionary theory, all right?
Yeah.
Some of it is society. No question.
Sure.
But the society's probably based on the anatomical explanations.
Sure.
Evolutionary theory. It's like, look, you have an island and you have 99 men and one woman. In a year, you only have the chance of one baby.
That's it.
But if you have 99 women and one man, you have in the 1 year you have the chance of 99 babies. So of course nature's going to make man have that motivation in his brain to spread and sniff out pos.
That's it.
So it makes sense.
That island, when it's just 99 men and one woman, Bukkake Island.
Yo, it's gonna be raining men. Hallelujah. That was basically probably what, there's gonna be a lot of true blue gays on that island.
Yeah. And could you, by the way, if there was no marriage, what would fucking the true blue get? What would gay men do for work? I mean, they are. Do you have a gay man planning your wedding?
Look,
or do you not? Did you not choose a gay man?
My girlfriend was my fiance. By the way, why do we still use the French? We haven't come up with an English word to supplant fiance. Why do we rely on why don't we be like, yo, my main G, or my triple G, or my boo bad, or like my Beyonce to my Jay-Z? Why don't we have our own term for fiance?
Because America, like anything else American, and all France, we are French.
Yeah.
That's what we are. France gave us our independence. They gave us the Statue of Liberty. They gave us French fries. They gave us everything that it makes us American, and they gave us the word fiance.
They did. If it wasn't for them, the revolution, we wouldn't want it. Without the French, would we even have this fucking podcast?
Absolutely.
Would there even be such thing as a Yankee or Yankee jersey?
No.
Who the fuck would you be, cuz?
Absolutely not.
You wouldn't be here.
No, I'd be jerking off to Manchester United.
That's right. Well, you wouldn't even be here because Brooklyn wouldn't exist the way it did. There would be no Irish and Italian fucking workers coming over to build whatever. And your garbage worker accent and face wouldn't be here.
It would be here, but it would be like, hello.
Hello, my name is Christopher Church. Yeah, like Bardo.
Fucking, yeah, so look,
And French are behind everything a little fruity, too. Marriage is a little fruity.
Yeah, a little fruity. Little guy.
So I guess
but
that's
listen, I support you. I think you're getting married for a good reason. You're 68 years old. You're coming blood left and right. You need to get married because you're fucking, no, I'm kidding. But
that's what I was going to say. The nature thing is, it's not fair because women, they have to have the babies. Let's talk real nature.
Yeah,
they have the babies. Their bodies get a little wrecked up. They need a little insurance that the dude's going to stay around because dudes are wild.
But also, in my opinion, to kind of expect a man to, just want to be with one woman is extremely unnatural. And kind of how we talked about, like how religion, how people like live and die by it, but it's probably just a way to control someone from, thousands of years ago. It's probably just a way to control the poor. I think marriage is in the same boat. I think we believe it now because it's generation after generation and tradition and thousands of years. But I think ultimately all this stuff started in some way of controlling people, and now it's just the origin of it is so far gone that we're creatures of habit, human beings. You ask any woman why they're getting married, they'll probably not. The real reason truly is probably because, I don't know, my mom got married, all my friends are getting married, so I want to get married. It's tradition. But what the fuck is tradition? Who cares about tradition? That means nothing.
You need some traditions, though, or else it's just chaos. You got to have some traditions.
Well, but that's what I'm saying. Marriage is control. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So.
But we need a little bit of that. Or else everyone's just fucking running wild.
Well, yeah, but that's why, thank God, most people just follow the lead and don't even think about going to work every day, working a 9 to 5, sitting on the bus, sitting on the train, getting their upstate cabin, barbecuing, having 4 kids, dying of a heart attack, living, with fucking cancer, whatever they're doing. They just, thank God, most people just mundane, every day, 9 to 5. I'm a worker bee. This is what I do. I don't stop to think about it. We need most of the people to do that. Because if everybody was fucking wild and everyone was like, I'm going to go the other way and against the stream, we'd have a big problem on this planet. So most people don't even think about anything else. They just keep going straight because that's what their moms did. That's what their dads did. That's what they do. They clock in, clock out, and that's their lives. And they love that. And that's great.
But like religion, I don't think it was just about control. It also had some very positive benefits for humanity. And that's what was created. Like with religion, I think more than control from the beginning, from its inception, religion was created, gods were created to unify otherwise ununified tribes of people.
So, which would be good. Civil war after civil war.
Exactly, which is what it is. Is what it is.
So you think marriage fits into that category?
Yeah, because I think...
You're a cuck, bad.
I'm a fucking cuck. You know I'm a liberal cuck. You know, come on.
Fucking Libby Yanni.
I got hotshot Democrat advisor face.
You got fucking, You want to wear a Democratic candidate pin bad. Bad,
yeah. So I think marriage, much like religion, obviously the reason was different, but the positive reason marriage would be, initially it started to form alliances between families.
Right.
So especially amongst the rich and powerful, the noblemen, whatever you want to call the upper class then, in the different times, historians, they called, whatever the, in the feudal area, whatever fucking caste.
But like you said, but only recently, like I'm talking about the last 200 years, has marriage been this big celebration that costs so much money and so elaborate and extravagant, because what you were saying, the top class, whatever you would call it in that society,
it's called something different in every era.
It was a very private event. It was just in the home. It was pretty much just for the husband and the wife to unify your family, probably for financial means, for procreation means, to unite houses, to not have a problem. And only when the middle class started to come around, someone between the poor and the rich kind of looking for their own identity, they started to make it this extravagant party as we know it today. But that's most of time, in most of human history, weddings weren't like
they weren't wild like
today.
this.
They're not wild at all.
They were only wild like that for the top peeps.
That's it.
Like if you were trying to unite the kingdom of Denmark and the kingdom of...
You go nuts.
Yeah, whatever. And when the two kingdoms got together, a lot of inbreeding too. A lot of inbreeding. Rich people inbreed bad. They do. Yeah. That's what they do. Like it's like she's a cousin, second cousin, but we're keeping it. We're keeping our bloodline royal. It's really fucking weird.
Well, I mean, that was actually preferred. They wanted to keep it in the bloodline.
Yeah, which is fucking weird because talk about nature. That is not good for the child's immune system and for the child's health.
No.
The farther away, science proves, the farther away from your tribe that you fuck, the better for the kid.
Right.
So,
well, there's the nature. And
tribalism is not good for genes.
No. And so that's a built-in thing for nature too. They want men to spread their seed deep. They want us to go far and deep. So guess what? The love of my life may be a tranny from China. I'm gonna go find her. Now I'm gonna go on Facebook. Chinese can't even have Facebook.
Yo, but what if we just discovered something that nobody's ever talked about before?
Like
here on this fucking podcast.
How? What do you think?
Right here on History Hyenas.
What is it?
Nobody ever talks about what motivated people to start walking around. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To spread out?
Yeah.
Let's say they're saying now maybe it started in Africa. Now there's something, maybe it started in Crete. Maybe it started in Greece.
Yeah.
First men, they're saying maybe there, maybe nobody knows. They're still, the archaeologists still figuring it out. It always changes. But
the Siberian land bridge? Yeah.
Yeah, there's fucking, but they're saying like recently they found that the first man, a man older, or whatever skeleton they found was older in Greece than in Africa. So wherever it is. But what motivated these motherfuckers to walk, to spread? Maybe search a puss. Maybe it was some deep motivation.
Yeah.
Maybe they were hanging around, like looking at their tribe, being like, "These are all my sisters. Yeah. That's my second cousin over there.
Yeah.
I don't even know if there's anyone out there.
Yeah.
But I need to get some different puss.
I need to get maybe I'm going to walk into a tribe where the girls shave their bushes.
Yeah.
Maybe that.
Maybe they just were hoping for something different, dreaming of some exotic puss out there. You love exotic puss.
I love exotic puss.
So you would be a perfect example of a guy who has a fucking urge deep in you to go far and wide to find some different exotic puss.
Well, that's you. I mean, if you want to stick a dick into the butthole of Scandinavia. You love Scandinavian puss.
Something deep. When I went to Scandinavia, is something deep in like a...
What is that?
In the competitions. What's that?
Oh, did I press a button?
Oh,
I fucked up.
This kid is. This kid is.
I'm an
ruthless.
asshole. I'm sorry.
Yeah, there must be something deep
Yeah.
since I'm from an island.
Oh, okay. There it is. Yeah.
From an island, like going north,
Yeah.
or maybe to Africa or Asia. Maybe I'm probably more attracted to that than the people in my own tribes. But it's because it's nature. They smell better because nature's going, yo, bang that. Your child's gonna have a healthier immune system.
Well, that's all it is. Well, that's all it is the reason why you're attracted to certain pieces of puss, or pieces of puss are attracted to certain pieces of pseudo penis like us. It's because nature deep in our brains, something in nature saying you mate with this person because they will give you a healthy, strong child.
Yeah.
Or we'll look at a woman. I mean, the reason why we like big boobs and fat asses because we see places for our children to nestle their heads on and wild childbearing hips. That's why sometimes women, sometimes guys just rub their dicks up on me because I got a size 38 waist. That's why sometimes I'm walking on the train and I'll just get a hard dick to the fucking ass crack.
Because they could see, like, you're wearing a certain outfit that shows that you have birthing hips.
Yeah, and they're like, oh, that's why I could put my baby in there. And I'm like, and in this butt.
That's definitely the baseline of who we are, because we're animals.
Sure.
But we're animals with shoes. I mean, we have consciousness, which separates us from the animals.
The neocortex. Yeah.
And to have order and to basically you don't need marriage if you're a hyena, because the baby's born and you're like, all right, here's eight hyena cubs.
Right.
7 of you or 6 of you are going to die.
Yep.
5 of you are going to be eaten by other fucking hyenas. Lions are just going to kill you regardless.
Yeah.
You're going to starve. You're going to fucking 2 of you are just going to make it, but you're born fucking ready to go. Giraffes, they're born and they're like helpless for like 3 minutes, and then they're like, all right, the strong of you will survive.
Yeah.
But humans, we're born fucking helpless for years.
Yeah.
So you need a dude to stick around.
Yeah.
So you need some institution that fucking, keeps the dude there and says, look, before you go search for other puss, you got to help me here with your kid to raise this fucking thing.
Do you think, and I don't know if there's any way to prove this, and I've never read a book on it, do you think when we were when we were like Neanderthals becoming like modern Homo sapiens, do you think like
we were never Neanderthals?
Well, okay. Do you think
fucking wild? The real story's fucking wild.
Well, I thought. Well, the Homo sapiens killed off the Neanderthals, right? Because we're vicious fucks.
But now they're saying it wasn't just killed off. They fucked. They probably killed a lot of them, but fucked a lot of them too. They just found out that all white dudes. ISIS can Google this. Can you Google this? Pretty much all dudes who have European ancestry, basically white dudes, have like 3 or 4 or 5% Neanderthal DNA.
Wow. So I do.
And African people who have African ancestry only have 0.
So what does that mean?
It means we're fucking
white people.
Two types of fucking. But actually, the Neanderthals weren't that vicious. They were not that. They were
stronger and brutal. Homo sapiens were vicious.
Homo sapiens were brutal. But and a lot of them probably died just from the same way. A lot of the native people in native lands died just from being exposed to the germs. Like there's probably a lot of Neanderthal tribes who came in contact with Homo sapiens, and the germs of Homo sapiens, when you travel, they hadn't built up an immunity and just fucking died off. Like most of the Indians died off. Most of the Native Americans,
right?
The tribes that were here died off not from genocide, from just fucking exposure to germs.
But so what I was going to say...
Nature is brutal, and that's why I love a hyena. It just represents the brutality of it.
And it just represents the chaos of nature. But what I was going to ask you is, do you think that...
Can you look that up, Isis, about the DNA?
Yep.
What did it say?
A team of scientists comparing the full genomes of the 2 species concluded that most Europeans and Asians have approximately 2% Neanderthal DNA.
2%. Oh, I didn't know it was the Asios, too.
Oh, wow.
Asians and whites were fucking Neanderthals.
Well, Asians are vicious, too.
Yeah,
they're fucking vicious on Canal Street. Yeah.
But not Africans, right?
Not Africans.
Yeah, it's fucking
Europeans
wild.
and Asians.
Interesting.
So maybe the Israelites are right. Maybe we're evil, cuz.
We are evil.
Yeah, we're evil.
Well, I mean, come on. Obviously, the whites are evil.
Honky-donks are evil. Yeah.
You'll never get an argument from me about, even though I'm white. Like, yeah, I know my people for a long time are pieces of garbage.
Yeah, but everybody. But you know what? We're joking about that. But people take that seriously. Like, fucking everyone's a piece of garbage.
Yeah.
All people have been pieces of garbage. Anyone in power over other people is always a fucking piece of garbage. Yeah. Even if they're the same ethnicity, same color, same religion, people have always killed one another because we are fucking at our baseline, no different from that fucking disgusting animal I'm staring at over your shoulder.
We're the same thing as a hyena.
We're.
But do you think when babies when like the earliest Homo sapien gave birth to a baby, do you think that their development took as long as it does today, or do you think nature sped them up too? Like average baby walks like 11.2 months. Do you think back in the day they were walking at 4 months?
I don't think
it's possible.
So. I don't think
we were
so.
always vulnerable as babies.
Yeah.
Why are we the only animals, or one of the only animals, that are so fucking vulnerable like that?
Because we got big brains. Because we figured out with dogs, and that's why dogs. You underestimate the role of dog. A lot of people don't understand it. That's why I don't understand anyone who eats dogs. Without dogs, we wouldn't be here. Dogs protected us and gave us the chance to develop these big brains. We would not be a species without the domesticated dog. We chose each other. It's
because they would have just
wild.
ate us as babies, wild animals, right?
What would have been happening would have been happening for hundreds of thousands of years before the domestication of dogs.
Which was what?
When they were just wolves. We were getting fucking plucked off.
By
lions, by hyenas, by fucking rhinos, by everything. We were not the apex predator. For most of our history as a species, we were not the apex predator.
So we are living in the golden age of human development, right?
Only reason we were able to develop, become agrarian, and then eventually have an industrial revolution and become a civilization and have empires that spanned large land masses is because of our relationship with dogs.
Wow. So if you're out there and you don't like dogs,
the jobs that dogs do for us enabled us the time to sit there and develop this neocortex that you often speak of. That is just a fact. That's just what happened.
Yeah.
That's just, they sounded the alarm when lions were coming. They defended us against lions. They scared them off. Some of them were even bred to kill lions. You know, Rhodesian Ridgebacks are bred to fucking kill lions. Basenjis in large packs would attack lions. Lions used to fucking kill us bad.
How could a Rhodesian Ridgeback kill a lion? Were they huge?
Confidence. We trained them for it. So they
just eat a lion's
They
neck?
love the humans so much. No, a lot of them would die in the process. But when you have 10 of them attacking one lion, scares them off. A lot of time it's like a settled out of court situation. Didn't even go to trial. Lion comes around, fucking 20 dogs come at it. You're just, a
couple of them get killed.
A couple of them get killed, or the lion just says it's not fucking worth it and bounces. And the humans were able to have that security. Like, you ever notice the societies that flourish so much, great thinkers or whatever? That's why politics is so important to thinking and stuff like that, because and laws and political philosophy and things, because you need to have a stable society in order for science to flourish, and you need to have rights, you need to have laws, so fucking Einstein can sit there and feel safe. If you're not feeling safe,
right,
you're not thinking about,
here we go.
The ethereal. You're not thinking about metaphysics.
Here's liberal safe space Yannis.
Yeah, if you think some tribe's coming to kill you and you don't have a safe space.
Yeah, here's safe space, fucking protest picket head Yannis.
It's just true. And dogs did that for us.
Yeah.
Dogs did that. And maybe, marriage in some way.
Is your dog? Is your wife your dog?
Is society's dog, in the sense that it gives us stability, unifies us, unifies families, provides the child with a stable, safe environment to grow. Because you ever notice you ever date a girl who's got daddy issues, broken home shit?
Oh, yes,
you know what I
have.
mean? That would be my advice. Never fucking marry a girl whose dad doesn't hug her. There is truth to that, cuz.
Let me tell you something. You just went on a 10-minute rant, and if at the end of that rant, if you and our listeners aren't sure that you are in fact a transsexual, I don't fucking know what else more evidence you need. You're a trans. Bad.
I'm trans.
Yeah, you're a trans.
I'm a true blue T. I'm a TBT, true blue trans.
Yeah, cuz listen, marriage, it's been, like you said, it's been around a long, long time.
It's been around since about 1250.
AD or BC?
Recorded. Well, CE. What does CE mean?
What does CE mean, Zach ISIS? Well, Zach doesn't deal with, ISIS doesn't deal with times and borders. They just want it all.
Yeah.
He won't know.
They want one Muslim world.
That's all they want.
They want to kill all the infidels.
Yeah.
Yeah. They like to pretend like jihad is just a spiritual journey.
Yeah.
And not like, they're killing the fucking Christians.
Kill them all. What is
CE?
Common Era.
Common Era. And what does that mean?
That's so like BCE, before Common Era.
Oh, so even before
Yeah.
So
before
instead of
what's
saying
common.
BC or AD, they'll just say BCE
Yeah,
or
I think it's
CE?
one of those things where people don't want to say like before Christ and stuff, so they made like
Oh, it's a
CE.
fucking political.
Politically correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it's one of those,
PC.
Yes,
Because some of us don't recognize Christ.
So it wasn't BC, it was CE, the gender neutral term for time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think AD is supposed to be CE. the common era.
I got it.
Gotcha.
So it's 1250. So it's like
Between 1250 and 300 is the first sort of evidence of marriages.
1250 and 1300.
1300.
That's fucking wild,
That's a
cuz.
long
think
time
about
ago.
it, but it's a long time ago, but it's not that. It's not like it's 700 years ago.
Yeah,
So it's-
but that's just Middle English. They suspect that from traditions and burials and archaeology and all that stuff that marriage has, like we said at the beginning of this, the first humans, it goes back that far.
Were Adam and Eve married?
Well, I don't know.
Do they have premarital
That's
sex?
You're the Catholic. You tell me.
I don't know. Well,
Did you black that part out?
Yeah, Brother Ferris. I blacked it out.
Maybe Ferris was like, "Come upstairs, Chris. I'm going to teach you about the first marriage." And you went up there, and then that's when you blacked out.
Now I'm gonna marry my penis right into your arse crack. Arse.
Yeah, what is it? Were they married?
I don't know. I forgot the story. But look, to be honest with you, here's what it is with me. I had a baby first. I had a baby out of wedlock. And to be honest, it's kind of...
You didn't even make your cross when you said that.
Oh, sorry.
Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
You want to should we put on some freestyle beats and Hail Marys? Or no, you good?
Yeah.
You think your soul's good?
No, I got
That's a sin, cuz.
Yeah.
That's
I
a
know.
fucking sin.
I know.
You know what's
Premarital
wild
sex,
is
yeah.
I know that you've become sort of a enlightened kind of Renaissance thinker, but I could still see I could torture you with the guilt of that. It's in there. It was
Yeah.
programmed in you in such a young age
Yeah.
that if I wanted to fuck with you like you fuck with me sometimes because you know I'm a paranoid Greek and you told me that you worked for the FBI a few times, you're like, what if me and Brittany, your fiance, work for the FBI? And I laughed it up in the back of my head. I'm going, yo, is this the Truman Show? Is Chris an FBI agent? Like, I'm a little paranoid.
Yeah.
Greeks are paranoid bad,
Yeah.
but Catholics, guilty, bad.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you.
So I could see it in your face. You were going like, "Shit, it is wrong. I'm bad." You want to take that belt off and fucking whip yourself right now.
Yeah, I want to fucking... Yeah.
You want to flog yourself.
I got to flog myself because I had premarital sex. No, but because I had my child, I feel like the only way you marry someone, well, I would only get married is the love that I feel for my daughter, the love that I have is the only time I can ever say like, I love this person truly as much as I love myself. And it wouldn't even be a thought. It would be a millisecond if you were like, it's either your life or your daughter's life. I would give my life for her in a fucking heart. It just wouldn't. It's true. It's just like a true love. So how can I marry someone and justify saying, I want to give my whole everything to you if I don't feel what I feel that I felt with my daughter with anyone else? Because I feel like people get married because like, oh, I believe in true love. This is what you love. But once you have your child, you're like, oh no, that's nothing. This is the true love.
Yeah.
And we have to work as a team to preserve, because the mother feels a true love for the child, just like I feel the true love for the child.
Probably even more.
Because it actually physically came out of her body. But so my whole thing is, and I know people say, well, there's different kinds of love. I get all that. But I'm talking about the emotional response it would take for me to want to give my life to someone. It would have to be, now that I felt actual love having a daughter, it would have to be so significant and earth-shaking and life-changing for me to make that decision. I just wouldn't do it. A lot of people do it, I think, because they get married and then they have a child. And then sometimes, you'll see like things start to go bad quick. And I think after a child, obviously it's very stressful to have a child because, you're not having sex anymore. You're not sleeping. All your focus now is on the child and not on each other anymore. But I think another part of that is because they start to feel like, wow, I love this child so much. Guess who I don't love that much? My wife or my husband.
Yeah.
I don't love them as much as I thought I did.
Well, that's a great point. And I think that...
Am I talking you out of marriage? Because I don't want to.
No.
Because I already
I've thought about all this stuff.
Because I've already canceled the weekend to be at your engagement party.
You know me, cuz I think I beat things to death in my brain.
Because your fiance's a great pick.
I'll explain to you what I feel like I've learned. And what you're saying is, obviously true, right?
Yeah.
Those things happen. That's what happens, right?
Yeah.
And so that's why I think when you marry someone, you have to consider, you need to do it at a time when you're ready, when you're mature, when you understand what you're going to be giving up and why, and what you want. Do you want this?
Yeah.
Do you want a family? Do you want it? And if those answers are yes, then you need to find a person who you feel like you can go the long distance with. And what that means is find someone who compliments you. There's this fucking theory that you're supposed to be with someone who challenges you. That's bullshit. All right. We've all been in a relationship with someone who challenges us. It's called an abusive fucking relationship. It's not a game of tetherball.
Yeah.
It's you're starting a company. You're basically starting a company, and you need a partner. You need a partner. Your marriage is a company. Your kids are going to be your fucking profit margin or whatever.
Right.
And you need someone who you work well together and who's independent and self-sufficient. And you two people are going to provide services to this company and comfort each other and just feel happy alone with each other.
Right.
Because that's what the long-term one is that you feel comfortable being alone with somebody and that person feels the same way. And that's the mature way to do it. So what I'm basically saying is I do believe in love. And I do believe that is love. I believe that's mature love. I believe that's that marriage type of love.
Okay.
I think there's different types of love. And a lot of people get married with that immature type of love.
Right.
We in America especially have celebrated the immature love because of romantic movies and horseshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Same thing like saying it warps our mind like porn does with sex.
Exactly.
It's the same thing.
Actually, that's a great point.
It's the same thing.
It's a fucking great point. That's a great analogy because that's what it does. It warps your mind into thinking that that's mature love. Immature love is great. The sex is always fucking great. Like if Zach, what was it, a Jewish girl?
Yeah.
You know, that Romeo and Juliet type of love.
Absolutely.
Where it's forbidden,
Yeah.
but you know you have that connection. And it's tense. It feels like a drug addiction.
Yeah.
The sex is good. The smells are good.
Yeah.
But when you get older, you know those are always going to end because
Always.
they're meant to end.
Absolutely.
They're meant to end. They don't have the legs to go the long run. You don't marry that person.
Right.
Because those are going to fucking end. You two are going to change, and you're meant to be together
Yeah.
to learn something. It's usually very selfish, that love, although we don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
It's something in that person that we want, and that's why we admire them. And then once we get it, it changes and it blows up, and they're great. And then you get hurt, and you need to feel that too because you learn. And you need to have those relationships when you're young, and you need to go through those.
So you're saying you want to marry? You should be marrying your business partner.
You should
it's
be
a
marrying-
business transaction.
But not partly. But you also have to be in a place where you understand that and you accept that.
Right.
You know, 'cause you know when you have those immature loves, it's just like you're not even thinking, you're not even planning. You just fucking want to be with that person.
Yeah.
You know, you're banging them 8 times a day. You know, all that heavy shit. That's gonna end. It's too intense.
Right.
In nature, you can't have something. Nature is always seeking balance.
Right.
So if you're way up there, you're gonna fall way down here.
And what I
and the
noticed-
mature brain knows you're looking for this, the steady.
And what I noticed too, a big successful relationship, why I think you're in a successful relationship, is you don't get in each other's way at all. You can go out and do whatever you want, and she can go out and do whatever she wants. When you guys meet each other back at the apartment, everything's usually fine.
Well, because we trust each other, and she understands that.
Yeah. The only person that she ever accused you of ever cheating on
Is
her
you.
is me.
Because fucking our smoothie dates.
And guess what? She was right.
She was right.
Yes.
But yeah, we're two independent people. She's very mature. I'm mature, and we both want the same things, and we're both comfortable in our own spaces, and we're comfortable together. So it's like it has legs.
Yeah.
It's just like
And she got no daddy issues.
Yeah, and that's another one. Wow.
Yeah.
I was even going to leave that. I forgot about that.
She got no
But
daddy
yo,
issues.
That's huge. And I think that goes both ways. We don't want to be with
Absolutely.
a guy who has mommy issues.
No.
It goes both ways.
If your girl has daddy issues and you as the guy have mommy issues, it's a fucking train wreck of a relationship.
Train wreck.
It ain't gonna work.
Fucking train wreck.
It ain't gonna
Because
work.
that person is looking to get something from you that they didn't get, that a human a sensitive homo sapien during his formative years needs, and that's hugs.
Hugs.
And if you miss hugs, I know it's an old joke. Every
Yeah.
comics make joke. She missed a couple hugs. She ended up on the pole, like Chris Rock says. There's truth to it.
Truth to that.
There's truth to
Well,
it.
what they say, what was the protest, the gun violence protest? Wasn't they saying hands are for hugging? What were they saying? Wasn't it today? They
Oh, that was yesterday. The march for
March for
March
gun
for
violence.
Safety.
What were
He
they-
didn't see it. He was too busy building bombs in his basement.
I was at the march for guns.
He was too busy planning a fucking attack at the march.
He was in the basement, he was trying to put together IEDs.
protesting
He was
that
trying to
protest.
map out the routes. No, dude. Well, look, I mean, I'm happy to be going to your fucking wedding. Is there going to be any single ladies there?
There probably will be single ladies.
Yeah.
But yeah,
The
thing about marriages throughout history is interesting is that, as we said, as the Industrial Revolution happened, that enabled the middle class, and that begot a middle class begot sort of big weddings for everybody, you know, and this
Right.
marriage industry. Before, it was just the upper class would have these big ones. The church was always involved, and then the lower class people would do something in their house or something very informal. The rings, the engagement rings, been around supposedly since Rome.
That's crazy.
And the ring symbolizes infinity because a circle goes
Sure.
around. So we're going to be together forever. So the marriage rings too have always been a thing. But in sort of the Victorian era, in England, that area or whatever, the British Empire, I don't even fucking know, right? The poor people, the people who were not that upper echelon of nobility, they used to split a coin.
Okay.
They'd split a coin, and the groom would take half the coin, the bride would take the other half of the coin, and then
That was it.
that was what they did in place of the rings.
That's,
That was the little different customs are interesting
yeah.
because they vary from socioeconomic status, and they also vary within between cultures.
Yeah.
But it's all the same shit. It's like everyone has different religions, but it's
Right.
all the same shit.
Even
Most of religions, the differences are cultural, really.
That's all it is.
Yeah.
Even the white dresses, that wasn't always a thing. Women before the 1860s used to get, or I think 1840s, used to get married in whatever dress, the nicest dress they had.
That's right.
And the dress that they would sometimes get married in would be the dress they got buried in.
Exactly, because they only had one nice
They
dress.
had one nice dress, and it could be black. It would actually, most women used to get married in black dresses.
That's right.
That's what it was.
And it was Queen Victoria.
Is that
who
Prince
changed
Albert,
it.
right?
Yeah, exactly. She got married in a white dress, and then that started the fucking craze of everyone wanting a white dress, even though they were hard to maintain, and you know they.
Prince Albert.
yeah.
Does he have his dick pierced? What is the Prince? Where does that come from? The piercing.
Can you just double check us on that? Was it Queen Victoria with the white dress?
I think it was Queen. I think it was.
Queen Victoria. I think Queen Victoria was the one.
I'm almost pause.
Yeah, who did that? And it was once thought that
Queen
a
Victoria.
vein. Yeah, it was Queen Victoria. That a vein or nerve ran directly from the ring finger of the left hand to the heart.
To the heart.
So that's
what
why
is.
it goes on that finger, cuz.
Yeah,
That's
No,
fucking wild.
I knew that. You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
See, I knew that part.
Yeah,
that
that's
part I
because
knew
you're a
goes
true blue gay.
Directly to the heart.
Only a true blue gay would know that.
A fucking I was born a TBG.
Yeah, I don't know if a
And,
trans would know that.
TBG. I'm a TBG, a CWS, but I am not the PPW of the week. I'm not the PPW. That's Raphael DeLuca, Pseudo Penis of the week.
And these are the different types of marriages throughout the years, which is wild.
Man.
You had your common law marriages, which is we still have those, right?
Yeah.
It's sort of an informal marriage.
Just like you've been together for so long. It's just like
you
yeah.
get some benefits from that, right?
But is it legal though?
I think it's a legal network that makes you married, but you're not officially married, so you don't get all the benefits. What is? Yeah, I don't know what exactly. I guess that would vary. Whatever
Right.
the laws were in whatever land you're in.
Right.
Then you had your cousin marriage. That's a marriage between cousins.
Third cousins is legal, right?
There's 26 states. There's 26 states in this country
Okay.
that allow first cousin marriages.
First cousin.
First cousins.
Are majority of them in the South? That's not a joke. Is that just a fact? Is that a?
Well, that's going to be a fact that we're going to Google right now. Can we
Oh, I
look that up?
thought you had the
Cousin
states.
marriages?
Yeah, I don't know the states. There's 26 states where you can marry a first cousin. Where's it legal to marry a first cousin in the United States? And then endogamy was the tradition of marrying within the limits of a local community. That's probably like I'm pretty inbred. I mean, I'm
Right.
from 2 islands, and my
Okay.
mom's from a small village. Like my ancestors are probably all cuzzy-wuzzies.
Probably.
Cuzzy-wuzzies for a long time.
First cousin was.
And that's why probably Scandinavian that it smelled because like I need some fresh jades.
Yeah, you're trying to get some northern juice.
Yeah. Get off the island.
Yeah.
Get off the island, right?
Yeah.
There's somewhere if both cousins are just of a certain age, like 50 years old, they can get married. But it's allowed in a lot of them: Alabama, Alaska, California,
Yeah.
Colorado,
Alaska's probably out of
a
necessity.
lot of places.
Yeah, a lot of those places. It's probably happens a lot in places out of necessity, small villages.
Have you ever
and
been to
things like
Alaska?
Never.
Never. We should do a comedy show in Alaska. If you're a fan of ours and you live in Alaska, let us know. We'll come out and do a comedy show by you.
We will, and we'll bring smoothies.
Well, oh yeah, I would love to have.
Do
an
they have
Alaskan
smoothies in
smoothie.
Alaska?
Yeah, they're probably all fucking sprinkled with halibut.
Yeah. They got a lot of moose running around up there.
Yeah, I want to see a moose.
Yo, you could just go out your door. If you live in Alaska, you could just wake up one morning to get the paper, and there'd be 2 fucking male mooses fighting on your lawn.
Yeah, but it also depends what part of Alaska, because Alaska is so fucking huge that
It's
like
huge.
you could you can't just go to Alaska. Like you have to become Alaska.
I know.
Like it's a huge place.
Yo, Alaska has so few peeps that live there. They actually, if you are someone of note, if you have like a trade, if you're like a veterinarian or a doctor, they will pay you. The government of Alaska will pay you to move there.
Really?
Fucking wild.
What about if you're a TBG?
Let's look it up. I mean, hopefully, Polygamy, obviously, the practice of having more than one spouse. We know that the Mormons did that. I think a lot of sects of Islam do the polygamy too.
Yep.
Yeah.
I got
That's
3
it.
wives waiting on me right now.
Right now,
In
heaven,
heaven,
if you
right?
kill enough Jews.
No, that's 72.
oh,
72 virgins,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Nice.
You got to kill Jews to get that,
You
though,
have
right?
It have
That's
to be
like
a Jew?
if there was like an Islamic video game, that would be the top level. It's like how many Jew heads you get? 20. All right, you get your prize. 72 virgins, and then same-sex marriages, which is new. The same-sex marriage is new.
Yeah.
Like that was something that wasn't around. Marriage has been around since the beginning of time, but same-sex marriage,
Very new.
That's TBN, True Blue New.
True Blue No.
That's True Blue New.
And that just came out. I mean, when was the first same-sex marriage legal? Like just 10 years ago, right? At least in America.
In
France, they've had it for a long time.
No, America was much more recent.
Who's the first? What country was the first same-sex marriage?
I think it was Norway.
Legal.
Norway, correct?
In what year?
Netherlands.
Netherlands.
In
That's
what
right.
year?
December 1st. Wait, yep, December 21st, August 2001.
See?
2001.
Yep,
Signed
and see, isn't that a coincidence? August 2001, first same-sex marriage. 3 weeks later, him and his people fucking crashed planes into the Twin Towers. How crazy is that?
Dude, we're making connections that nobody's made on
Do you
this
think that
cast.
doesn't make sense? That pissed off Muhammad Atta and his fucking friends. Bin Laden couldn't have that shit, so he said, "Death to America."
That's why they did it.
That's why they did it, bro.
I confirm the connection.
See?
Yo, how come
Zachy
nobody's
Ice's
made that
face.
connection?
The fucking Zachy Ice's face. Just, he I think Zachy Ice's face, I think that he wants to get out and he's trying to get out and he's trying to give us like little clues on things on how to uncover the mystery of what it is, but I don't know, he's stuck. I don't know why he's stuck in right now, but he wants to come out.
He's doing reconnaissance. No, he's not. That's just a trait. He's doing reconnaissance.
He may be a double agent. Like I think maybe he's a double agent for the FBI. Like he was in ISIS, then the FBI he left, the FBI got him out, now he's back in ISIS giving information back to the FBI.
It's a smart way to do it. You get
Yeah.
checks from 2 different people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here's a fun little fact. The notion of marriage as a sacrament can be traced back to St. Paul,
Good saint.
who compared the relationship of a husband and a wife to that of Christ and his church.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's
Adam and Eve were married, by the way.
they
They
were.
Yeah.
Where'd they get married? TJ
well-
Fridays? They didn't have a lot of money.
There was no ceremony or anything. There was no actual you're married, but because this is actually a pretty hot issue, by the way, if you look it up, because sex before marriage is not allowed, just by creating Eve, God married them. So just with the creation of her, they
that's
were
a
married.
fucking rationalization. That guy didn't have to go to fucking do wedding planning. Jesus didn't have to sit through wedding planning. That's not real.
Yeah.
Unless you got to go through wedding planning and have your fiance break your balls about who's your groomsman. Did you get the tuxes? Tell me about the DJ. Are we going to have a band? You didn't get fucking married. Right? Because that's why men die first. That's why we fucking die first.
Yeah. Always going to war.
Pope Nicholas I declared in 866, "In the consent be lacking in a marriage, all other celebrations, even should the union be consummated, are rendered void." And so this shows the importance of a couple's consent to marriage. So before that, you didn't really have to have consent. You know what I mean? Like we were talking about before. It was just more like, hey, this is going to be my wife. Her family sold her to me for 20 fucking, barrels of wheat, and this is going to be my broad. But after that, after Mr. fucking Pope Nicholas, a Catholic Pope, said, hey, look, consent is a thing. Chicks got to be into it too. And so then it became a thing like, hey, we both want to be here, or both our parents arrange for us to be here.
Right,
and
right.
So that in Western civilization, that's when consent is sort of, boom, stamped.
Got it.
In a Roman times.
Go.
Holy Roman Empire.
Yeah.
In the different parts of the world, they do different shit.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I mean, Indian weddings are fucking wild. They
And what
get on
about
elephants. It lasts for days.
Don't they dance around a fire and shit? I think they dance around a fire at an Indian wedding.
I didn't know they danced around a fire. No, I'm talking about Indians from South Asia. I'm not talking about the Native Americans.
No, I'm talking about 7-Eleven Indians.
7-Eleven Indians?
Yeah, they dance around a fire. I've been
If you know, if there's a lot of if progressive people heard that,
Oh.
that's a problem with a poo moment.
I was just kidding.
I mean, can you not just say 7-Eleven? Okay, he's an engineer, a software engineer from the Valley Indian.
Sorry.
A doctor an Indian working at the Weill Cornell Institute.
You guys know I was totes my goats kidding. I respect everyone. # global citizen.
Global.
No, I'm also Quaker weddings were fucking wild.
Quaker weddings are fucking wild.
Yeah, what?
Actually, my favorite probably the traditional
Why?
Quaker wedding.
First of all,
Can you
went-
look up around that fire thing? I'm curious though, because I didn't know that.
No, it's true. It's true.
Tell us
I've
about
been
Indian
to-
weddings, Zach.
First of all,
You've been to one?
Yeah,
You banged somebody out at that wedding.
I banged a couple Indian girls.
At the wedding?
Yep.
When
Yep.
they were wearing those yellow garbs and all
Everything.
that shit?
And I had said they pull out. They got fucking 6 arms. Yeah. No. No, I'm kidding. Okay. No, yeah. I had sex with a couple. Indian women are gorgeous. I love Indian women.
And they're good at sex with the Kama Sutra and stuff.
They look and they.
Ooh,
and
that's another episode. We got to do the
You know-
history
you know
of
what's-
fucking Kama Sutra.
You know what's good too about Asian women, whether it be Asia proper or South Asia, they are very submissive towards men. They come from that culture, most of them. I mean, maybe not the more Americanized ones, but like women who I've met who are like truly from there, their culture, it's been ingrained in them that they were like, we need to please the man. So like they will do anything you want sexually. They're down for it because they just feel like they got to please men.
Asian seems to have that. Asia seems to have that too.
Asia's a beautiful part of the world.
And the
Should
women-
we go to Asia, cuz?
Yeah.
Seriously, you want to do comedy in Hong Kong? I got to connect where we could go to Hong Kong.
Yeah.
You want to do it?
Have you ever had sex with Asian women?
Yeah, yeah. I've
Is
had
this the
sex
same
with
thing?
everybody.
Submissive.
Very submissive. Yeah, you could do whatever you want. You could fucking blow your goo in their eyelids. They don't.
You are a fucking wild one.
You think I'm wild?
You're wild.
Yeah, no.
But it's truthful. I mean, it's truthful.
But tell us about Quaker weddings, quick.
Quaker weddings are fucking wild. Dude.
Yeah, you went to a Quaker
I went
school.
to a
You're
Quaker
fucking.
school.
You're like the face of oatmeal.
Shout out to Brooklyn Friends.
Yeah. Oh, I want to send my kid there. Should I send my kid there?
I recommend Quaker schools. I dig Quakers. Besides all the weird religious shit, they're dope because they have like no clergy, it's all about sitting in silence, being peaceful, that you have meetings. It's sort of like meditating. Everyone just sits. When I went to Quaker school,
Why'd you go to Quaker school? Did you grow up Quaker?
it was just that was the school. And
That
I
was
just
the
went.
private
My
school your
parents just
parents
sent
sent
me.
you to.
They just sent me to that private school.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a Quaker school, Brooklyn Friends.
I got to send my kid to private school, right? If I got the cash.
I mean, well, it's
got-
not like it was when I was a kid, cuz. When I was a kid, a year maybe cost you 10 grand, 14 grand.
Now it's about 40
Now it's
grand.
fucking crazy. Yeah.
Yeah.
The same thing with colleges. Like,
But if I got the
guys, like
cash,
50 grand a year private schools.
Because if I got the cash, do I need to send Baby D to private school? Is that in New
I
York City?
would.
Yeah. All right.
I would.
All right.
I would. I mean, there's some good public schools, but and a few good Catholics. But Catholic schools always make some a little wild. No,
Yeah. I mean, I went to Catholic school, and look at me, I'm sucking dicks. So what's good thing at a Quaker wedding?
So
And then I want to
Quakers
read
are
the
all-
Patreon names.
they're all about the silent weddings.
What do you mean? So you've
Like,
been to a Quaker wedding?
They're all about no. It's all the same though. Like the meetings, like every morning.
Okay. This is a wedding we're talking
No,
about.
but I'm just giving you the quick background to tell you about
Of
the weddings.
Quakers, okay.
What Quakers do. Every day we did at school, we'd get together and have a silent meeting. So we'd sit in silence for like 10, 15 minutes every day. Silent meeting. And then once a week, the whole school would gather for 45 minutes and sit in silence. If you farted in that, it was the funniest thing that's ever happened in my life. And it still rings when my friend farted in a silent meeting where the whole school would gather and the headmaster was sitting right in front and he looked behind at us with that angry pre-coffee face.
Yeah.
It was one of the funniest things that's ever happened in my life. So that's what the Quakers like. And you sit in silence and they say nobody speaks unless God moves them to speak. So you can stand up and share something if you want.
Did you ever do
Rarely
that?
happens. I never did, no.
Some
I would
kids
just,
did,
we
though.
would hold in laughter.
Yeah.
You know, some teacher would, and then we'd laugh at whoever stood up, you know.
Yeah.
But here's how Quaker weddings work. Bride and groom get together, right?
Okay.
Boom. There's really no ceremony, whatever. They just kind of sit there, and for about an hour, everyone sits in silence, and the bride and groom just stare at each other, and after about an hour or so, they're married.
What?
How fucking beautiful is that? So you're just sitting there staring at this person. Every fear, every passion, every thought must fly through you. Your head probably even goes off another. You just sit in silence across from each other and stare at each other.
For an
And boom,
hour.
Boom. And then they have some ceremony shit, and then you're done. Boom, you're married. But that's the ceremony. That's a Quaker ceremony.
Where do Quakers live right now? Just in like Pennsylvania and like shit?
Yeah, there's Quakers in Pennsylvania,
Like a Quaker, okay, but the Quakers now, do they dress a certain way and still like have a certain like garb that they wear? Or like could somebody be a Quaker on the train and you just wouldn't know it?
Totally Quaker on the train. One of my good friends was a Quaker. And
Quaker
he was
on the
just
train.
Normal dude. Yeah, normal dude.
He's a normal,
He ate healthy.
he's a TBG.
He's a TBG.
Oh, Quakers eat healthy. They have a
Well,
diet.
he did. I was just saying he was eating healthy. That was his parents were just like new wave Quakers. And there are Quaker sects still around where they kind
in
of
Brooklyn.
probably,
I mean, if there's a Quaker school in Brooklyn, there must be Quakers.
that's just because they're so old, and that's where they were founded by Quakers. The same thing, like you go to Long Island Jewish Hospital or Presbyterian. It's like,
Got it.
it's just a hospital now. Same
Right.
thing with Quaker school, but there are still Quaker sets. There's still Mennonite sets. Pennsylvania has a lot of them.
Well, the Amish and the Mennonites I know, but like, can you find a Quaker in New York? Like, is there a Quaker society in New York City?
I mean, I'm sure you can. I mean, we his fingers gonna be bleeding.
Because do you want to go find Quakers right now?
Yeah.
Let's go find a Quaker too.
Did you find an answer to that fucking fire thing?
Yeah, I couldn't find anything about dancing around fire, but everything I read said Indian weddings are an affair not to miss.
Couple of
Pretty
days
awesome.
long.
Yeah,
They
no,
get
it's
on
a good
elephant.
time. I don't know. Well, the one I was at, they started dancing around a fire.
They had a fire going
Not gonna
on.
lie to you
You
guys.
sure it wasn't just cold out and people were making s'mores?
Maybe I was. I didn't even know how close I was to being sacrificed. Maybe that was.
That's right. That's probably what
They were
happened.
sacrificing the white kid. All right. So thank you guys so much for your continued Patreon support, being a part of our community, joining our channel, the Patreon channel. Go to patreon.com/BayRidgeBoys. Our newest members, want to shout you out right now. We got Geronimo Hansen.
Geronimo?
Good name, kid.
That's a Native American.
Yeah, Geronimo.
Either he could have some like, very liberal parents who are like,
Yeah.
you know what happened to the Native Americans was wrong, and we're going to name you Geronimo.
We're going to name you Geronimo.
Geronimo Hansen?
Geronimo Hansen.
Oh, yeah, he's a true blue gay.
Eric Bernal.
Eric Bernal?
Bernal.
Yeah, that means his families did some bad things back
They
in the
did
day.
some bad
That's how
things.
they get that name.
Eric Bernal did
Burned some people in a church.
He burned Geronimo Hansen's
Could have been on
family.
the boat. The boat they put him on off in New York to burn him.
Oh yeah,
The POWs.
on the POW boats. Yeah, Nico Fringe Society. That's
All right.
Nico's a Greek.
Yeah, Nico's a Greek.
Fringe Society.
All right.
I don't know. It's just a
Triple gay.
yeah,
triple
but
gay. Triple gay.
But triple gay, and send us a potential PPW of next week. Derek Parades.
Greek.
Derek
Greek. He's a Greek.
Derek Paredes. Thank you.
Welcome.
This next guy, Chris Gregg, two first names.
Two first names.
They say you can't trust a guy with two first names, but
No.
Chris
Chris
Gregg, if you want us to trust us, send us your dad.
It's a good baseball name.
That is a good name. Chris Gregg.
Yeah, behind the plate, Chris Gregg.
Or it's a good Southern politician. It's a good racist Republican
Yeah.
name. Chris Gregg.
Chris Gregg.
Vote Chris Gregg. Pro-life.
Anyone who objects the laws of segregation, stand up now. Otherwise, hold your peace. We are passing the Amendment 16. 5-4.
Thank you. Austin M. is next. Just Austin M.
DJ. Probably DJ.
100%.
Yeah.
Up, and then, thank God we're ending on the luck of the Irish, Sean Walsh.
Sean Walsh.
Sean Walsh.
True blue gay.
The true blue gay.
Thank you for your service, cuzzy wuzzies.
Thank you guys so much for listening. Check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Chris D Comedy.
Yannis Pappas, all one word. Go to my schedule on my website for dates, and watch our web series. Tell your friends. Go tell your friends to donate to our Patreon page. Hope you're enjoying all the new benefits you get on there. And as a member of our fucking network, you get all those videos and our bonus podcast. And how great is it to get shouted out, huh? Cuz he was
It's great to get shout out, and also join our Instagram page at Bay Ridge Boys.
That's right.
Yes, thank you so much for listening. Stay gay.
Stay married.